What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I've decided I'm just not going to loot that place. I don't care. We have enough gas. I'll go back and get it later if we need it. I don't think anybody will loot it. I think it'll stay there now that we've actually gone there and solidified the loot in whatever the internal files are. It's a little bit meta, but once you go to a location, it saves everything that's there, and so it should be alright. Is this our rec room? Oh, dude, that's so legit. Hell yeah. Our rec room is pretty dope. Got some playing cards. You got like a Nintendo... Well, a handheld anyways. It might be one of those Tiger Electronic games. We had those when I was a kid. They don't have those anymore. If you're a young kid nowadays, you missed out on those. Basically, they were like bad video games. Like, I don't even know what else to call them. Like, they were only good in the context of the time. Like, looking back now, I still have one for Double Dragon. It was a watch. It was a watch that you could play, like, Double Dragon on. Not real Double Dragon, but, like, fake Liquid Crystal Double Dragon. I don't know. Let's sleep. I decided I'm not going to loot that place because there's lots more stuff to get done, and I think we're going to go out and try and save people today. Like, we're not going to loot any location. We're just going to go out and look for people. Just hit a location, go through every building, hit the next location, go through every building. Just see who we can get by the end of the day, because I think if we make a good shot of it, I think we'll be alright. Alright, so our end of the day announcement. We got 112 morale, so that's good. People should be moving on up. And then on the other side, we've got ourselves quite a bit of gas at this point, 124. We're only using up 4 gallons a day. I'd be a little bit worried. We need to figure out, you can actually make a wood gasifier pretty easily. So creating your own fuel would not be impossible so long as you actually have a supply of wood around. A wood gasifier is simply just a barrel inside of another barrel. You set the outer barrel on fire, you make a campfire in the outer barrel, and then the inner barrel, you make sure that it's airtight. You put wood in there as well. And then you put a pipe that runs off to the side, and essentially what should happen is when you light the bottom barrel, or the outside barrel, it'll heat the internal barrel, but there won't be any, it won't have the ability to catch fire, so what'll happen is it'll leach natural gas, essentially. I don't know exactly how the chemical process works, but I've seen it done, and it actually didn't seem that difficult. Converting something over to wood gas shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, they did it back in the 40s during World War II. That's how a lot of people got by, so... You're probably real busy, so I'll get straight to it. I just wanted to say I appreciate you trusting me enough to watch your back and all, but to be honest, I never thought I'd make a very good cop. I do feel like I'm making a difference here, but I thought you should know. Every time I go out, I just think it's luck I'm not messing everything up. I just don't know if it suits me, you know? You're right, but you're great at following orders. I bet you can complete projects quicker than anybody. I'm glad you told me that. Before I went and did something stupid. Good old dependable Joel, that's me. Need a job done yesterday, I'll work till I can't sweat another drop. Thanks for understanding. Today's not happening for me. Ephraim coughs for a few seconds. Look at me. Do I look well to you? Alright. Alright, well, I'm gonna use... negotiation. Yeah, I know you have enough cough problems. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. That's it for the day, huh? Good. I'm actually really stoked when we don't get a lot of people coming in here because seriously, when people come through, it's just like one of those things. How quickly are these going to be done over here? That's what I'm concerned about. How long is this going to take? I know we probably got a couple hours left on a lot of this stuff. So the mushroom patch, still rocking. Reinforced fence, still going. Alright, well, if people are still working on stuff, people are still working on stuff. I'd like those two to be finished pretty quickly, and then from there on, what I'll do is I'll have a work group, so they'll be building stuff, and then I'll have a second group whose job is just to make upgraded weaponry. So, you know, improve sight guns, guns with bigger magazines, things like that, so that if we have to lock and load, we can definitely do it in a more efficient fashion. So, places we have not been. Places we want to swoop. Fairchild's Organics, the Biker Bar. Isolated gas station, the Dublin bar, the Damon karate studio. Yeah. Let's continue. Yeah, this'll work. So I figure we'll go out this way and we'll just hit everything that hasn't been hit yet. And that'll do fine, just fine. I'm just looking for people though, so if we can find them, we'll go to the bargain owl first since it's closest. But we should be able to get a lot done today. So the only point in today, we're not looting any items. We're going through, I mean, it's kind of a bad idea because the system doesn't allow you to mark locations as having been searched or having not been searched. So in some ways, this might not be the best plan. However, I could keep a small note. I do have a notepad right here with me where I could write down what has and hasn't been cleared, and I suppose that wouldn't be too bad. And then I could just cross-reference before we do an episode or something. Looks like we do have a serious amount of Zeds in here. Coyotes. Let's check for any other buildings. I don't think there's going to be anybody in there. Not a chance. There may, however, be somebody else around. Like maybe in this building over here. We'll check the bus stop. We'll check a couple other areas too. Just to be sure. And then if there's nobody up and in here... Okay, so yeah, there doesn't look like there's anybody up in here. I think typically there's a fairly good indicator within the first couple moments of going into a building whether or not it's going to be a place that's holding a survivor. So we'll walk on out of here, and then I'm going to keep a small note on this piece of paper here about the locations that we have or have not hit. And so this was called the what supermarket? It's called the Bargain Owl. So the Bargain Owl has not been hit. Okay, well, there's no more efficient way for me to do this other than doing it old school style by hand, so now that this will be marked as having been visited, there's not much I could do. I would love to see some tools be added, like a marker, so that you can go eek, eek, and scratch places off the list once you've hit them. Like, I would really, really like to see something like that, but for right now, once I go to these locations, I have to assume that I've already cleared it, so I've been trying to clear everything completely on our way through the game without moving on to the next part, but I don't think that's going to be manageable forever. Alright, in we go. This is a location where we might find something useful or something terrible. Nope, looks like Coyote's done been here. Okay, well, the chances just went down by quite a bit that anybody's alive right now, but we could take a look around. Looks like we got dead coyotes up in here. I still have no idea where the car is at. We're supposed to have the car by now, but no car for us. Let's go ahead and finish off. No. Finish off that zombie. Might as well loot her while we're here. Die with pepper spray in our hand. Alright, went down fighting. Went down spraying. Like an especially pheromoned out cat, I guess. Move to here. Get rid of that one. Nicey nice. Another coyote down. He's got a busted bullet vest. I'll bring something back with me. What's in here? I got a bad feeling about this. If it's full of Zeds, I'm going to be upset. Oh, it's not full of Zeds. Looks like it's a storage room of some kind. Huh. There's a lot of Zeds around. A lot more than I expected anyways. Out in the orchards, we might be able to take care of something. We're not that far from base right now, so I'm thinking we might be able to loot this place real fast. And then head back, drop stuff off, and then just kind of roll with it. There's another one down. Come on, blunt weapons. I believe in you. I believe in you, blunt weapons. Bring her over to there. Have him hold down this fort. Not really much of a fort. It's more of an empty lot, but you know what I mean. She's got nice red shoes on. I don't have red shoes. All of our shoes are black. Every single one of us, but I keep it that way so that you can't see the nastiness on our shoes. We do a whole lot of curb stomping and death, so it's hard to maintain white shoes in the apocalypse. It is what it is. My girlfriend just bought a pair of like super white shoes, and they're just begging for somebody to accidentally step on them at the supermarket. I'm like, oh man, they're so pretty. They're so pretty, they're so nice, but that's all it's going to take. Just that guy at the supermarket not paying attention who's going to step backwards on your shoe, and they're just going to be like, ah! No words. No words. Oh, it's so upsetting when it happens. It's hilarious when it's not you, but when it's your shoes, you're just like, nope. Today, I'm going back to bed. I can't handle this right now. I bought these shoes yesterday, and somebody done already waffle stomped all over them. Damn it. Crazy, crazy stuff. I didn't really like care about my shoes when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten like really anal about them. Like I wash them when I get home and stuff with a washcloth. I just kind of like scrub them down real quick. If they got suede, I bought like a suede brush. I almost said a squid brush, which is more like if you've got a squid that's made out of suede. Why you'd have a suede squid, I'm not really sure. That's actually kind of a tongue twister. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that right there. I also did not mean to do that. There you go. Create a nice big pile of dead Zeds. My favorite type of pile in this game. Stabbity stabbity. There we go. That should get us off the hook for right now. I might actually just loot this place. I don't know. There's rotten fruit over here. Okay, some nice fresh stuff over here. People like fresh food. Everybody likes. I could have gone through the back door. I'm dumb. Alright, but what else are you going to do about it? Let's go ahead and get some stabs off right here. I'm really liking Marshall Streeter's knife, or NZ's knife, or whoever it is. It's pretty decent. It's a pretty solid weapon. It gets the job done. If you say the bare minimum about it, actually, it hits for quite a bit. So, take the parts right there, leave everything else behind. Hit all these bodies real quick. Are there any big projects later on that require an insane amount of parts? Like, is there any reason for me to continue hoarding parts like I have been? We have a lot of parts. Like, I've broken down, like, all kinds of weaponry and stuff in between episodes, which leads me to believe we probably aren't going to need too many more parts in the future. These people got an orchard. These people had it set up if the apocalypse came along. Like, seriously, though, like, could you think of a better setup? If you got yourself... Why can't I attack this zombie again? Because the game's being buggy and just, like... incorporating rules that don't necessarily make sense, or did she have to run up on him and swing? I don't know how it worked. She may have used up AP running up on him. I don't know. Well, there's nothing here, so it's unfortunate. I mean, I would have liked to have cleared the place out, but... Ugh. There. I was gonna say, Regina, I really need you to dig deep right now. Maybe just take care of this. 8 apples. Hell yeah, I like apples. Apples are one of my favorites. I love them. When I was a kid, we used to have apple with cheddar slices on top. I don't know if that's normal. That always seemed kind of strange to me, but my mom used to make it for us when we were kids. I've told some people about it. They're like, cheese and apples? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. My mom used to eat it when she was a kid, I think. I don't know. Is it like a normal thing? It seems a little bit odd. Cheese and apples. The two flavors don't seem like they go. I guess with a real sharp cheddar, it would work for me, but... I think it just skipped Regina's turn. And it's not allowing him to move. Oh, it's because there's that little drainage ditch right there? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, I guess it's on Regina for right now. Hopefully she can make it happen. Her knife's pretty big and tough. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the fact that I don't use blunt weapons anymore. It's because it doesn't matter at this point in the game. Like, our weapons are so strong that even our edged weapons are able to get the same amount of work done. I want to... If I can kind of, like, whiff around this zombie, I guess. What's in here? Ah, a zombie. That explains the bloodstain. That explains the bloodstain, man. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and stab this guy real quicksies. I think we can make this happen from right here. Just let it happen. No? Alright, then Big Boss Man can come through and make it occur. There it is. It has been made occur. Let's grab the gas up out of the tank. Shed tools. Sure, there's a tree trimmer. A pitchfork, huh? It's got piercing damage, though. Oh. See, so that right there is a weapon that I don't know if it'll break eventually. Let's see. It's not terribly sturdy. So usually indicators like that in the text dialogue or in the text description, it normally means, ooh, a peach tree? Hell yeah. I grew up with a peach tree in my backyard. A peach tree and an apricot tree. And then we moved and we had a almond tree, a pecan tree, and then in the backyard we had a pomegranate. And we had a crabapple tree. The crabapples were not delicious. They were iffy. They were very, very iffy. They're kind of like little bags of apple-flavored sand. I don't know how else. They kind of taste like, you know what they tasted like? If you took those, you know how you have those little packets that are like apple cinnamon cider mix that you put in hot water and then you rotate them around in their microwave for a little bit and you cook them that way? It tastes like what I imagine sticking a bag of that in your mouth dry would taste like. That's what I think it would taste like. So anyways, let me take note of Fairchild's here. Oh, we got orange trees. I don't know if I want to... Do I want to take the time to do this? It's already 12 o'clock. And we'll leave it alone for right now. They tend to stay over there until you take care of it, so we'll leave it be for the time being, or leave it C, or leave it D, whatever it prefers. Give me whatever letter you want. It doesn't bother me at all. Letter preferences. They go person by person. I, for example, am a big fan of the letter Z. The letter Z, I grew up in the 90s. I was a kid in the 90s, and so the letter Z does it for me. You put the letter Z on the back of everything, and everything was extreme back then. Everything. Every single thing was extreme. Let's select all that. We'll throw that in there. And then from here, we need to take, let's see. I always lose people in here. I wish the people in your party would sort to the top of the list. Make this a little bit less of a pain, but anyways. I just want to make sure nobody's carrying around any extra stuff with them before we go back out. I also wish there was like a key you could press to unload everything in your inventory, or like maybe a box you could check in the options where when you came back to base, there was an option to unload everything in your inventory, including luxuries and everything else, except the stuff you have equipped. That would be an amazing option as well. Save you a lot of time because every time you come back home, you got to run in, go to the cabinet, throw things in there, and then come back out. Since we already hit that, let's go to... I don't think the biker bar is going to be that helpful, but I'm going to go out to the Damon studio, and we'll see what we can get out here. It's on the further reaches, and then on the next day, what we'll try and do is maybe swoop some of this stuff out this way. I'm going to write it all down the best I can. Oh, good. Proctor Lake. Okay, so we got another fishing location, too, just in case you wanted to have more fresh fruit and more fresh fish. Got all kinds of, like, apple groves, orange groves. That's why I said more fresh fruit from the lake. It's because I was thinking about all this stuff. Lord Texan. The spear of legend is mine. Maria says, is it really that important, Richard? Lord Texan. I feel like this is going to get out of hand, but let's go find out. Where's Lord Texan? Oh, man. The spear of legend is mine. Ooh, they got crossbows and shit. That's not good. Ow. Okay, so it's Dupre, Lolo, Maria, and Lord Texan. It's a reference to Ultima, if you're wondering what it's a reference to. In Ultima, you hung out with Iolo and Dupree, were the names of the two guys. So for right now, let's break out the guns. And what I'm going to try and do is drag these guys back outside for right now, seeing as, for the time being, we sort of have the first turn. I feel like this is probably not going to work out very well for Tweedletime. He's having kind of a rough day right now. Ow. However, if I can get him out of combat, I wasn't expecting to do something like this raw right now. I was actually trying to stay away from stuff like this, actually. Let's have him just run the hell away. And essentially all I want to do right now... Hold on, everybody run away for a second. We need to use a med kit on Tweedletime. We can handle this fight. The crossbow is the only major concern, but everything else is still... Since it's an Ultima reference, Richard Garriott's actually really cool on Twitter. Like, he responds to stuff like all the time. That guy's got to reload, so he can only fire like every other turn, I think. Let's maybe put you right there. Yeah, that'll work. 61 damage. Yep, that'll work. Hell yeah. And then just kind of like back off a little bit after each shot. Move to there. There it is. A little bit of damage done. Step away. That one's only got like a normal pistol, so I'm not really too concerned about that. But these guys over here, he looks like he has chainmail. And if I can have chainmail, that's going to make me really, really happy. I like medieval stuff. He's got an actual shield. He's got an actual kite shield. Holy shit, that's so awesome. I don't think we're going to be able to hurt. I think she's going to have to come over here to hurt Maria. I don't know who Maria is. I have no clue who Maria is. I know Iolo and Dupree, and he's supposed to be Lord British, is who it would be if it was the actual characters from the video game, but Lord Texan. I figured, when I saw Lord Texan, I had a feeling it was going to be a Lord British reference. Can I even hurt this guy? It seems like... Yeah, it seems like he's a little tanky. Like, this might not really be too efficient. We may have to put some holes in him. Ow! Yeah, you gotta go right now. And then do with the badass spear, if it's a piercing weapon, we kind of want to stay away from him, too. I'm going to strongly suggest... Yeah, we don't even have our good gear on right now. I mean, he got hit for 10. It's an even fight at the moment. There's going to be Zeds coming in, too. That's going to be a piercing weapon, though, which means it could cause a lot of damage. So, yeah, I should have fell back. I should have fell back. It looks like he's a little bit less resistant. Let me see if I can prop her up, though, for another turn or two. I don't know, we might lose Regina right here. It's seeming like a real possibility. Let's go full burst on Lord Texan, maybe. That only did 67 damage, huh? I was hoping for something a little bit more, like a little bit more pain right there. Unfortunate. There's a little bit right there. That leaves him pretty close. There we go. We'll drop him. I'm not really too worried about the noise right now. Just let it... Oh, you're out of ammo. That's unfortunate. Okay, run away. Ow! Stop shooting me with your Uzi. That is not thematic right now. I don't know if you noticed, but we're making Ultima references at the moment. There was no Uzis in Ultima, from what I recall. You just killed Lord British. Why is Lord British a bad guy? Lord British is a good guy. I just now real. Ow! Don't take a counter blow on me. We both can't hurt each other, so you might as well knock it off. This is a pointless battle that will last for the ages. We're both like paladins right now. Indestructible, floating through time, unable to hurt one another. Get out of here. Okay, that leaves us with... he can shoot at Maria, but I'm going to have him reload, and then we'll have him step wide, I guess. Oof. Sorry, Regina. Regina might not make it out of this one. Regina's not looking so good. Regina's definitely not looking so good. Looking a little pale. Looking a little pale. I wonder if the Spear of Legend is actually like a legendary weapon, because I'll put it on my main character right now. I love spears. I'm a huge fan of spears. Sounds like we got Zeds heading in. Unfortunate, but can't really be helped at this point. Go ahead and swap that in. And then on this side, maybe finish the job? Maybe. No, not finish the job? Okay. Yikes, sorry Regina. Bad day to be you. Real bad day to be you. There we go, get rid of her. The last thing we need is like a zombie Lord British coming in, so let's finish this combat before we go anywhere else. See if I can step to right here. Who's bleeding right now? Dupre? Okay. Handle him in just a second. Sorry, bud. We hit him for 1 point of damage. That's all. I should probably stop using blunt weapons on him, but I'm just going to mash this through. Wow, he's resisting a lot of damage right now. Alright, stop resisting. Oh, and the zombies are here. You guys kind of need to be dead. I would greatly appreciate it if you would. I think I'll probably... Let's leave these two to fight off zombies, I guess. And then we'll bring Regina back this way so I can heal her on the next turn. Looks like we got 3 coming in. That's not so bad. Considering the amount of noise we just made trying to survive that fight, it's not so bad. It could be a lot worse. I was hoping that Lord British would join our colony. When I saw Lord Texan, I was like, oh, please let it be a Lord British reference. And then it was. And then on top of that, I was like, please let Lord British join our colony, because why not, you know? Killing him, though. I mean, Lord British was always getting killed in Ultima Online. Didn't he get assassinated at a public appearance one time? I thought he showed up in game one time and somebody assassinated him while he was there. Like, it just goes to show you, if you give anything nice to MMO players, they will ruin it. They will turn a nice occasion into something just miserable. It's kind of funny, though. It's nice that the game has the freedom to even do something like that, though, in the first place, if you think about it. Regina, you look like you could use some band-aids. I don't think I've had anybody's health go that low like the entire game. That's one of the first fights that we actually struggled with. It's mostly due to my equipment. It would have been so bad if I had brought, like, real A-team gear with me, but luckily, see, that's why I always packed. That's why I said with Paul that I wanted to bring the M16 along, because the second I don't, like I said, I wouldn't have had a weapon here that would have hurt any of them through their armor. I'd be sitting here trying to shoot them with 9mm, waiting for that crossbow to decimate the remainder of my team. Alright, so let's see what legendary gear is laying around here. Dupre, what you got, buddy? He's got a bracer? Oh, that's so badass. He's got, I mean, most of the stuff I want. A replica shield, heavy and a little cumbersome. This shield is a capable facsimile of jousting shields used in medieval Europe. It provides protection against melee damage at the cost of reduced AP and accuracy in melee attacks. Its bash is more focused on dealing damage and has a very slight chance of causing any status effects. Huh. It's a 20-pound shield. It's pretty hefty. It's definitely got some weight to it, just in case. Nobody noticed, but yeah. Looks a little beefy for me. Is it just the cleat? Okay, I don't care about the cleats anyways. I'm gonna check out all this stuff, though, once we get back to base. For now, let's just go ahead and see what we can find. He's got shin guards. I used to wear those when I played floor hockey and normal hockey, so that's good. Another crossbow with some bolts. He's got a guitar because Iola was a bard. That's the reference they're making right there. Just in case people aren't catching some of these. I know there's younger kids in my audience who may not have ever played Ultima. You should, though. Like, Ultima's good. Like, everything from, like, Ultima 3 onwards. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. I really like Ultima 4, 5, and 6. Ultima 7 and 8 are alright. I've always wished that Lord British would go back and make like a new modern one. I know that he's working on whatever that MMO is, but I'd love to see another Ultima, like a modern Ultima. That would be dope. We got gauntlets right here. Steel gauntlets, a rare necessity these days. These are authentic recreations made for museums and sport jousting. Okay. And then chainmail armor. 40 bite resist, slash resist, piercing resist. No bludgeoning resist, though. Let's take it all. That's pretty good. Dragoon, an elegant modern reproduction of a classic winged spear. This weapon has received some tweaks in its construction that are based or beyond decorative and bring it into modern combat. The shaft is composite carbon fiber. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's pretty badass. I'll probably put that on my main character because I love spears. Seriously, I have always loved spears. Since I was a kid, spears are the coolest weapons ever. And then this character is the one that's all out of theme, basically breaking the fourth wall here. Is there anything else in here that's useful, or are they just hanging out in, like, the karate studio? Like, I don't really know what else to say about this. It would have been... I would have liked it if Lord British could have joined our colony. It would have made me happier. I'm going to bring the deodorant just because we always need it. Everybody wants deodorant. In the apocalypse, apparently it's all about deodorant. We've got another spear right here. And then we've got a kukuri. Is that how you say it? Kukuri? Or is it kukuri? Or do you roll it? Or what do you do with that? I don't know. I used to just say kukri, but then people called me out for it in the comments, and I was like, well, maybe I should pronounce it correctly then. I'm going to trade. We're pretty much full up on stuff right now. I'm going to add this one to the list. I'm going to go back and drop some stuff off. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I look forward to seeing you all in the future, and hi do, everybody.